you do? Bane!
Oh no.
The glass detonated against the kitchen tile, a shriek of crystal and pressure, slicing through silence that had already been suffocating us. For half a heartbeat, I didn't move. The sound still vibrated in my skull, my arms suspended midair as the wine I'd meant to taste bled out around my shoes. It looked like arterial blood, seeping slow and deliberate, like the body of something dying. Across the counter, Sarah's laughter collapsed, breath stopped halfway through her throat. Her pupils constricted, a quick dilation, contraction flicker that my brain caught in slow motion. Not shock. Something deeper. Guilt. Fear. Recognition. It was a joke, she said, voice trembling at the edges, the tone pitched too high. I didn't mean it. But words have weight. And I regret our marriage landed like a hammer on the soft tissue of my chest, cracking something that had been holding me upright. My reply escaped before my cortex could filter it, a reflex more than speech. Me too. I crouched to gather the shards, fingers shaking, breath shallow. A slice of glass kissed my skin open. The pain was distant, endorphins surging, dulling sensation. Blood welled bright and clean, the body's quiet confession. But my mind was already elsewhere, trapped in the pattern of her phone buzzing all evening. The way she angled it away from me. The new perfume, darker, muskier, intimate in a way meant for someone else. The laughter that used to belong to us now carrying someone else's rhythm. You're bleeding, she murmured, voice tender again, but the amygdala in me had already learned better. Trust doesn't rebuild once cortisol floods the bloodstream, it calcifies into vigilance. The kitchen smelled of garlic and regret. Candlelight flickered, a cruel imitation of intimacy. I dropped the shards into the sink, the clink echoing like punctuation. Her hazel eyes, once my anchor, couldn't hold my gaze. They scattered like frightened birds. It was a dumb thing to say, Tom, she whispered. You know I love you. But her tone carried that micro-hesitation my gut had learned to decode, oxytocin detached, voice muscles strained to sound sincere. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But dopamine doesn't return once betrayal rewires its circuit. The air between us vibrated with unspoken electricity, all amygdala, no trust. Who's Evan? I asked. My voice came out low, stable, the kind that hides the trembling underneath. Her pupils widened again, and for a second I thought she'd lie. But her shoulders slumped, parasympathetic collapse. He's just a colleague, she said too quickly. We're working the same case. It's intense, that's all. Her throat worked once. Her tone betrayed her before her words could. We cleaned the kitchen in silence, the clatter of dishes masking adrenaline still burning through both our systems. When she climbed into bed later, she turned away, her spine a physical boundary. I lay awake, heart pounding slow and heavy, cortisol humming in my blood like static. Her phone glowed on the nightstand. A small universe of secrets. My brain screamed to reach for it, to know, but my hand stayed frozen. Knowing destroys you in ways ignorance can't. At dawn she left early, saying she had a breakfast meeting. The phrase carried that too smooth rhythm liars learn. When I found her laptop still open, my pulse spiked, the kind of jolt you feel before a crash. The screen flickered alive, and there it was, an email chain buried in a folder labeled Case Notes. Meet me at the usual spot. 7 p.m. Can't stop thinking about you. E. My stomach twisted, not in nausea, but in chemical revolt. A cortisol storm, heart rate climbing, vagus nerve screaming for oxygen. Each message that followed was a dagger. You make me feel alive again. This is dangerous, but I don't care. Delete this after reading. Alive again. The phrase replayed over and over until my mind blurred around it. Alive again, meaning she'd been dead here with me. I sat for hours, lost in the echo chamber of memory, our wedding, her laugh, her trembling hand at her father's funeral, all of it replaying as my body tried to metabolize betrayal. It's a strange thing how grief and rage share the same neural circuits. That evening, when she returned, her smile was too rehearsed. "Good day," she asked, tossing her keys down, pretending nothing had fractured. I didn't answer. I just looked at her, long enough for her autonomic nervous system to panic. Her smile broke. "Tom, what's wrong?" And that's when I said it, raw, unbuffered, unfiltered. "I saw the emails, Sarah. With Evan." She froze. Every micro-expression gone, face blank, fight or flight hijacking the moment. "It's not what you think." "Don't," I cut in. "Don't lie to me. Not now." The air grew heavy with her perfume, except it wasn't hers. It was his. She sank into a chair, hands trembling, eyes red-rimmed, voice breaking. "It was a mistake. I didn't mean for it to happen. I was lonely, Tom. You were always working. I needed someone." Her words hit like blunt trauma. Lonely. As if absence justified betrayal. Each syllable rewired my chest tighter, my breathing shallow, every muscle screaming to move, to escape, to do something. But I didn't. I just asked, "Do you love him?" Her silence was the answer. Silence, the sound of a nervous system shutting down. That night, I slept on the couch. Dreamless, empty, parasympathetic flatline. Her words haunted the dark, "I regret our marriage." And my reply, now truer than ever, "Me too." But the twist came with morning light. Her phone lay face up on the coffee table. A new message illuminated the screen. I told him it's over. "I choose you, Sarah." My chest clenched, a confusing mix of relief and fear, dopamine and doubt colliding like rival storms. She had chosen me. But the limbic system doesn't forgive on command. Love might return, but trust dies cellularly. She walked downstairs, eyes raw, hopeful. And for the first time in days, we looked at each other, not as lovers, not as enemies, but as two damaged organisms still searching for something worth saving inside the wreckage.